So, we finally got the long-awaited release date for Undisputed. I can't lie, I am excited for the game despite the problems that we have been facing in early access. But the point of me making this video is to see where our expectations should be and for what this game may be when it first comes out. Because we all want it to be this perfect boxing game that's going to simulate the sport perfectly, but realistically it's not going to do that. And from the roundtable that they put out before the release date, it's pretty evident that they're still going to have a lot of work to do moving forward. But despite that, there are still some things to be excited about. Something that I did like that they mentioned was the fact that they addressed some of the punch animations, and I like how they showed a couple of them. They said they addressed a number of them and they only showed a couple, and technically 2 is a number, but I hope that they addressed a lot more than just 2 punch animations because there are more that need work. But from what we saw, it looks really good. And also the graphics seem like they've been upped a little bit, but that may just be my mind playing tricks on me. Something that I saw that I really want to commend them on is how they adjusted the arm fatigue and how it's more of a startup and there's more frames on the recovery, like what I suggested in my punches video that I made a few months back, because that slow underwater feel was just really annoying and weird, and they could still throw them out at a decent speed and they still came out with the same amount of power. And I'm hoping that this doesn't do that, but it was a good step in the right direction for sure. And they definitely added more snap to their punches to where they come out and they look like they can actually hurt someone. I was never one that had a huge problem with a bunch of the animations, but I definitely felt like the follow through was lacking, and that's not the case anymore from what they've showed. So from this roundtable, you can definitely see that Steel City has been listening to the critiques that we've been giving. It's just taken them a lot longer than we would have liked to get to where they are at this point. Something that they did mention was going to not be in the first edition when it launches is the vulnerability system. And though I am disappointed, I understand that if the punching and the counters do the correct amount of damage, people won't even realize that that's gone. So that's not really a huge deal breaker for me. And I definitely thank them, I almost forgot to mention this, I definitely thank them for finally adjusting the step back straight and the length of the body uppercut. Because that, again, those 2 punches were game killers. They were joy sappers. And the fact that they have adjusted it to where now it looks like it won't just reach you from wherever you are and it's not as spammable, that can actually increase the fun factor of the game again. And the adjustment of the punch tracking and being able to actually move our head and get off the line, at least that's what it looked like in the round table, is really a huge thing, because being able to defend ourselves and get out of the way of someone just pressing buttons is going to be very good for a skill gap going forward. And if I'm not mistaken, I think in the video they showed that the power punches come out a lot faster instead of this huge long windup that seemed like it took 50 seconds to just get out. So that's another great thing that's going to be in the game if that was fixed. I'm not going to list off everything that they fixed, and you can go and watch their video, but I say all that to say that there have been a lot of improvements made, and I'm very happy that Steel City has listened to those things and made the changes accordingly to make their game better. But with all that, there are still some things that looks like they need to be addressed, like the knockdowns. There is still that slow knockdown where the guy puts his elbow down and slowly lays his head down like he's about to go to sleep. And there's also a couple more slow motion knockdowns that are in the game now that need to be removed. And I hope that they work on those in the future so when we get a knockdown, it feels satisfying. There's also some punch animations that still look like they need work. One that I can think of is the step back lead hook. It still looks like he's slapboxing the guy, and the footwork is weird on that. I hope that they go back and adjust that to make it more of a hooking in action when they step back instead of just slapping somebody and moving backwards. And I don't think that there's going to be any real adjustments to the career mode, honestly. They said in the roundtable before this last one that they're going to work on polishing. So it doesn't seem like anything that we suggested for the career mode will be in this 1.0 version. And it doesn't mean that it won't be in it later, but it just means that it won't be in there now. So we shouldn't expect that now. I like this last roundtable because they did a good job in tempering our expectations for what we're going to get. I do anticipate that this game will be a lot better than the product that we have now, but I've been very optimistic with things. There's a chance that it will be just like early access, where we're going to first get the game and it's going to be really fun, and then there are going to be people that find an exploitable issue and then they take it online and they ruin the experience for everybody. I hope that doesn't happen, but again, this is a 1.0 version of the game, so the chances are it's going to. The benefit that they have is that they've been in early access for a while, so maybe we may escape without getting that, at least initially. But remember, this game is going to be updated and it's going to be worked on. If you haven't played Undisputed yet and you're a console only player, Undisputed is a fun game. It's not worth building an entire gaming PC and playing it in early access fun, but I would say that if you buy it when it comes out, you're going to have fun playing with it, especially if you just play with your friends or you just want to do a career mode. You're going to enjoy the game. But again, the expectation of this being the perfect boxing simulation, it's not there yet. It does need work, and it does still look like there are things that it needs to work on. I mean, we still can't punch and slip at the same time, and that's something that I hope is added in the game later. So hopefully Undisputed Steel City is still taking suggestions, still taking feedback for certain modes, and I really hope they are working on this game and they're still trying to make this game a seasonal thing where they update it and they upgrade it instead of abandoning it and just working on Undisputed 2, because that would be a huge bummer. But the game that we should get, it should be very fun. I haven't played the new version. Steel City, if you watch it and you want to send it to me, I would love to play it. I mean, I doubt that would happen, but you know, I'm just putting it out there. But just to temper the expectations, I mean, the game that we get come October should be very fun, but it will not be perfect. It will not be everything that you dreamed of. There will still be issues, and we should understand that going in so you're not disappointed when you come across an issue. This company has gotten a bad reputation, and for the most part, I think it's been unfair towards them. They have created a quality product, and though it's not perfect and though it has taken longer than we wanted, it is still a good game that we can play. And if we understand that perfection is not on the table, we should still have fun with it. I was making a video suggesting feedback for the career mode, you know, saying things like we need a way to develop our fighters outside of fight camp. You know, we need to have a reason for why our managers are suggesting things, and we need a different look for the schedule, and you know, a different way to suggest the trait system to come about for your fighter. And I kind of just lost the drive to make it because I wasn't sure how effective that would be, especially since they were heading to a full launch. But I might do that anyway, especially if they may be watching any of these videos. I might just put it out and just see where it goes. So they may be coming soon. But yeah, thank you for listening to my rant about what we should expect from Undisputed. And I hope that come October, we all get to have fun together and play in this game while it's continuing to update. So with that being said, I'm Incognito Gaming, and I might see you in the next one.